Hello and welcome back to another video. This time, 7 steps in 7 minutes for your first access review for any resource. Because we're dealing with any resource, what we're going to want to do is go over to a Csb campaign. This can be found over on the left banner. Just click Create Csv Audit. Here, all you'll need to do is export the application information and upload it into UAttest. In doing so, just provide a name, select the due date, and choose a file. Now, the only thing for this file is it must be in the format of a CSV, but other than that, it could be in any sort of template you want. On this step, you'll just go through and map. First name to first name, last name to last name. The only required fields right here, as you can see, are username and role. Selecting these, you can go through, fill it out however you want, and if you see a field that we don't have on here, but you have in your sheet and you want it to show up on the next page, no worries. Just hit custom field, type in whatever you want, and click done. From this point, all you have to do is click create audit, and you'll see your audit on this next page over here. Here we have a CSV audit already created. Going into this, you can see we have these 4 users. From here, it's very simple to go in, make sure that the right person is delegated out to by either entering in their email address, assigning it to a group, or a little bit more streamlined, just perform the auto delegate feature. What this will do, it'll take who's listed as the user manager, and it'll automatically send them an email that'll lead them directly to the users they're responsible for, and only the users they're responsible for. From this point, they could go on in, they could view the details of the user, they could certify or revoke any sort of the application access that they'd like. Once they've gone through this and attested to everyone, like so, you could download the full report as a PDF, Excel, CSV, or print. This will show you who took the action, what that action was, and the object of the action. Zooming in here, you can see it was reviewed by audit user, the action was certifying, and the object was the user access. It says audit user because on this profile, we're logged in as audit user. For a state and time audit, it's extremely simple. We're going to follow the steps we did in the previous section in creating a CSV audit with a twist. So we'll go back over to our CSV audit, and right here, I'm going to click over and just look at some of the past ones that we have. Now, the idea behind a state and time audit is that we want to see who's either been removed from an application, added to an application, or just see how their access has changed over time. Now, I'm going to be working with these 2 sheets, so let me pull these up. Right here, we can see the original, and in this case for our demo, it's going to be June Salesforce access. You can see we have users 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then the new sheet, this will be July access. We have users 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You'll notice 3 and 4 have disappeared, and 8 and 9 have appeared. 5, 6, and 7 have remained the same. So, if we wanted to run a comparison and actually capture this change in real time, what we want to do right here, let's create a CSV audit. You already know how to do this, so I'll move a little quick. We'll just say this is our new July Salesforce access. We're going to select our due date and choose the new file. So the second file is going to be from the more recent date. Click next. We'll go through and map this. And as you can see, just doing first and last name, selecting the roles. And then finally, I'm going to add the manager email. So once we have this, we'll move on to the next step. Instead of clicking Create Audit, we're going to click Run Comparison Campaign. Then, once that box has been checked, create this audit. Now right here, what it's asking is for us to find that comparison source. So that's going to be our June Salesforce audit access right there. We're going to select the June Salesforce access. Now we want to see the change in the user status. We want to see when users have been added, and we want to see when users have been removed. So the only thing is, we could also select roles. This is if roles are added, roles are deleted. In this example, no roles have changed. We're just focused on who has been added to this application and who has been removed. I'm going to click Create right here. You can see it's just loading. You would get an email, but I'm going to refresh the page and it should be finished in a couple seconds. And here we have it. You can see this icon right here is just denoting that it's being compared to the June Salesforce access. If we hover over it, we'll see just that. Clicking into this, you can see we have users 3 and 4 have been removed. Scrolling on down, users 8 and 9, they have been added. So it'll be very apparent who has been removed, who has been added. You'll notice 5, 6, and 7 aren't on this page, and that's because we're just trying to keep track of the changes. If you wanted to see the access for the July date, you would have to then run an application access, an application review, just like we did in the previous steps of this video. But right here, all we're focused on is what's changed. Of course, you could go through, just like we did earlier, delegate out in the 3 different ways. We could assign it to a reviewer manually, assign it to a group, or finally, automatically delegate out. And going through, we still have the ability to go through. We could certify access, we could revoke access, and we could download a finalized report stating what happened. So if a user was removed, you signed off on it. You can see who signed off, what that action was, and what the object was as well. I hope you found this video helpful. Please feel free to email us with any questions. Information's in the description, as well as a document that you could follow along. Thank you so much. Take care.